Police emergency.
I'm at the Hilton Hotel.
Right, what's going on there?
There's a guy who walked into the lift. He's come out with a fire extinguisher covered in blood.
What did he say he'd done with it?
He's shouting that he's killed someone in the lift.
He's saying he's killed somebody in the lift. And what have you done? Got people out of the hotel?
Got people at the hotel.
Is he there at the moment?
He's still in the hotel.
Right, just so the offender is still inside.
Yeah.
Right, just stay on the line with me, we'll get officers straight out.
I'm calling the police.
You be false.
Yeah, I'm calling the police. Just hold second.
The officer's pulling up any time now. Do you need me to stay on the phone with you?
I'm scared. All the guests are scared.
I was sitting a stone's throw away in an industrial estate off Vauxhall Way, and I was eating my dinner.
I'm coming. Yeah, 1 second. How long?
Any time, as I say, any time now.
It's coming.
What's he threatening to do?
1 second.
What's he threatening you?
Hello?
Hello?
What the fuck are you?
The police are on their way to see you.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm quite small. A lot of people are bigger than me, and it's that thought process. And if this goes horribly wrong, how am I gonna deal with this?
What injuries can you see that?
It's all blood. Everywhere's blood.
Blood from where though? From a hand or a head?
No, he hit the people.
Where are they hurt?
I'm not sure. I'm in the reception.
Everyone's looking at me. I'm wearing that uniform. At least 40 people standing outside the hotel. The hotel's got 2 glass doors. The fire extinguisher was covered in blood. But as soon as he saw me, he approached me straight away and said, "I've killed a man." He seemed very calm. So I've dragged this bloke round the corner to have a look in the lift to see what was actually going on. The whole lift floor was pretty much full of blood, and there was blood splatter at the side, even pretty much onto the roof. I can still hear breathing, but I can't go in there because I've got the guy that's just done it. I knew I was out of my depth.
A senior response officer is called to take control of the complex and bloody crime scene in the hotel's lobby.
It's always when I'm on duty. Away from here, please. No one in this area. Thank you. Bye-bye. I don't really care. Move, okay? Sorry, sir. I won't arrest you for obstructing police. I'm telling you to get out the way, okay?
I have seen, unfortunately, most things.
Sorry, out. Outside, please. No one's coming in.
But this was right at the very top. I saw the blood-stained fire extinguisher. I just had the suspicion right away that this was awful, straight from the beginning.
Yeah. Right, so none of them come over here, okay?
Go to GBH and then go
Attempted murder. Attempted murder. Go ahead.
No, sir. Back upstairs, Sam. Because there's a major incident right next to us.
Just right. Helimed.
Guys, ambulance.
On this side of that thing, you've just walked through blood.
The bar is now closed. Please, can you return to your rooms via the stairs this way, please? I literally came in and he's literally gone to me. You police? And I've gone, yeah, I'm police.
Okay.
The suspect will be taken to Luton Police Station, while officers try to understand what's happened.
Do you have a body-worn video on? Let's switch on, please.
Being recorded on this camera, okay?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Hop in.
He's dead? Or what?
Officers recognise the suspect as a man who'd called them hours before, claiming his life was in danger.
I need to let you know that I dealt with this guy earlier.
Okay.
I dealt with him for a job.
The man had told police he was being chased by a Latvian gang. Officers brought him to the Hilton to use a computer to book a flight out of the country.
Basically, he said, oh, I'm just a bit scared. I don't know. I overheard some Latvian talking. So I just brought him down here for a place of safety for him. He didn't profess that he was going to hurt himself or anybody else.
If you had a crystal ball.
Yeah, okay.
Right, do you want to step out with me?
Step out for us.
Okay. This is the gentleman from the Hilton.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the offence, please?
Attempted murder.
Have you ever been in custody before?
If I've been in trouble, I don't
Yes.
know. One time for stealing shoes in shop. Was drunk with friend.
Okay, do you have any injuries? Let's show me your hands. Is that blood from any injuries on your hand?
No, not my blood.
It's not your blood.
This is mine.
That's yours. And you've got will you go up a closer look? Is that cuts to your face?
I believe that's someone else's blood.
Do we know who he is yet? Is he meant to be staying here? Is he a resident?
It's not looking good. He's probably going to go to hospital soon.
In circumstances where there's a serious assault, it's either to do with money, and money often has to do with the drug trade, or it has to do with passion.
So, wait, no. To go back and we're done.
This one was unique in that it was in a hotel. I'm trying to make sense of it. I just couldn't.
How long have you lived in the country?
1 week.
1 week?
Yeah. It was one crazy week.
I carried him part of the way towards the air ambulance. I was at his head. I looked down at him, just thought, yeah, I hope it goes right.
I got a call from my boss to say, how are you fixed? Do you want to take this investigation? I thought, oh, that's interesting. Looks like this is really nasty, and I think I'm the right person to do this.
Police can find no evidence of the involvement of a Latvian gang in the violent attack at the Hilton Hotel at Luton Airport. A 21-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. DI Jerry Waite needs to examine the scene of the crime.
Sorry to intrude on your hotel, but I'm the senior investigator from the murder squad. So, is this the manager? I'm Jerry Waite. I'm a senior investigator from the murder squad. Obviously, as you can appreciate, it was a serious crime. So I've come up just to have a quick look so as I can understand what happened here last night.
Yeah.
It is far more compact than I thought.
They locked that up.
So we're talking this corner.
Yeah, it's been cleaned since we've been here.
So if someone had come flying in.
Yeah.
It's quick, isn't it?
Doors open.
Bang. Yeah. Falling back. Seconds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, is he going to stay in sedation? I'm just going to feed this to Jerry, mate. So he's got a couple of fractures to the skull. Fractured the base of the skull. Fractured neck. Bruise into the brain, sides, back and front.
Prognosis?
Are they making any comment about likely long-term prognosis or short? Too early to tell. That's fine.
Okay. Let's have a lift. Can we get them bigger? That's awful. The use of a fire extinguisher, that level of violence, is something that I've never seen before. I want an expert to tell me what volume are we talking about of blood, what volume of force are we talking about, because to get that amount of congealing, I've not seen anything like that.
That's extensive blood loss.
This man has been left for dead, but hasn't died. Good morning, everyone. Our victim.
This could be the hospital. 1 second, please. All right, thanks, Nick. I'll update the team. That was an update from the hospital with the victim. He's going in for surgery right now.
Cheers, mate. Victim is a male by the name of Ashwin. He lives at Waterloo, Ontario, Canada.
Ethnicity of the victim, boss?
Asian looking to me, but...
Born in Mumbai. He's got a little girl, 6-year-old girl.
There is a friend who had some contacts with him in London who has phoned up. If we can find out who the friend is, get an account from him around the victim, what he's doing in the UK and victimology, he'll be a priority.
I've known Ashwin since I was about 12, 13 years old. We pretty much did everything together, right from playing cricket to chasing the girls. He was always top of his class, so, always looked upon by my parents as, the ideal son. He looked at me and, always, he set the example. He set the bar very high. It was very difficult for us to live up to that goal and that mark that he had set for himself. He was very ambitious. He knew exactly what he wanted, and he made it a point to work for it. If he hadn't completed his homework, he wouldn't come down to play. We had to move away from each other because our career took us different paths. I moved to the UK and we stopped talking about 17 years ago. A few weeks before he decided to come to the UK. He sent me an email, just asked whether I was okay to meet up, completely out of the blue, completely unexpected. He had come down to Budapest on an official project. And I think he didn't have anything to do over the weekend, so he decided to come down. I had very little idea as to what he would look like. We met at the main concourse at Waterloo Overland Station. I can't ever forget the smile he had on his face. And he gave me a big hug. It was just so nice to see him very, very happy. It was nice that he was happy, just as happy to see me as I was to see him. We went down the Thames for a bit and sat down for a few hours. I knew he was planning on taking a bus to Luton from somewhere near Liverpool Street. Maybe I should have invited him to stay at my place overnight, and I could have driven him down to the airport the next morning. Had I made that offer and had he accepted, maybe things would be very different.
Attempted murder is more difficult to prove than murder. Because with a murder, you've only got to prove that they intended to do their victim serious harm. And if as a result of that they end up dying, then that's murder. With attempted murder, you've actually got to prove that the intention of the suspect was to kill his victim. Probably the biggest challenge to proving an attempt murder is proving what's in the suspect's mind at the time. Our offender is Reinos Bupolins, born in Latvia. I have no other details for him. We still don't know if he's got any previous, we still don't know if he's got a violent background or whatever. Are we sure we're not missing a connection between these two?
Well, there's nothing obvious.
Going to be a late one again, obviously. Late, yeah. We haven't even gone into the first interview yet, so... Yeah, myself and Kev. All right, well, you and the kids have a good evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Detectives Mark Oakes and Kevin Hills have been tasked with interviewing the suspect.
Another hotel guest. Well, he's going to be handy for a statement. He lives in Bulgaria, and he's gone back today.
They have to sift through dozens of statements from hotel witnesses and response officers to try and piece together how and why the assault took place.
This looks to me like the first officer on the scene, PC Kindred. She's single crewed, from what I've read so far. She arrives at the hotel, enters the lobby, sees a bloke, Eastern European, holding a fire extinguisher. He says words to the effect of, "I've killed a man, arrest me." So at this stage, he appears to be confessing to the officer that he's killed the person on the left. Statistically, most people are killed by someone they know. Most murders that we deal with tend to be domestic related. However, when it's a stranger on stranger type crimes or the serial offenders, that the pressure becomes that much greater.
He's seen a community psychiatric nurse in custody. They say he's fit to be detained, fit to be interviewed. But what they have said is he needs an appropriate adult.
OK, this is the gentleman. You want to come up and say hello to him for me? Sir.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello.
I'm Rianne.
Hi.
I'm your appropriate adult for today.
You got any questions? Anything you want to ask me? You sure? Do you need a drink or anything?
Cup of coffee, 3 sugars.
3 sugars. Drink, coffee, sugar?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah?
That'd be great.
How
tea,
many?
Please. Tea, no sugar, quite milky, please. How do you pronounce your name, by the way? Just so that. Reinos. Okay.
Kev, solicitor's here.
Yeah, come on then.
Right, see you guys in a little while. We'll see what he's got to say. If he wants to offer an explanation, that'll more or less take care of the first interview in any case, if he's talking. It's up to him to explain why he's targeted then.
We just need a couple more chairs, which we'll go and get.
Right. This interview is being audio and visually recorded and may be given in evidence if your case is brought to trial. Reinos, did you assault anyone at the hotel last night with the intention of killing them? We're talking about the attempted murder, and it could yet escalate to murder if this chap dies in the next few hours, of a man who's got a 6-year-old child and has seemingly done nothing wrong.
No comment.
No comment. Not, I didn't do it. Not, I didn't try and kill that man.
No comment.
Not, it wasn't me.
No comment.
Okay.
Okay, and if I can interject at that point to say we have a prepared statement.
Okay.
On the evening of the 20th of September, I was suffering from an abnormality of mental functioning which substantially impaired my ability to understand the nature of my conduct, to form a rational judgment, or to exercise self-control. It's been signed by Reynis, dated and timed.
Okay, thank you. Can you elaborate for me, please, what you mean by an abnormality of mental function?
It's nenormal funkcionation.
Do you suffer from any form of mental illness?
Mentālās veselības slimības.
My fear is that a less open-minded and more cynical person, when I present them with the circumstances of your prepared statement, might be inclined to believe this is a convenient story to cover what was a very horrific assault. I mean, you may have sensed that we were sat here, for all intensive purposes, accusing you of lying and fabricating what you've said there.
I feel that it's an appropriate time to take a break.
Yes.
Okay? We need to go and speak to our senior investigating officer, and then we'll come back and we'll carry on.
He's critical, but he's actually in a better place than he was this morning. What they're going to try and do is bring him out of sedation and see what happens as a result of that. If he starts to look like he's going to wake up, then they'll let him wake up. But it's 50-50 really, I think, at the minute. Lives can change and be turned completely and utterly upside down. There's no greater responsibility for a police officer when you're investigating murder or attempt murder than getting justice for the family.
When I got to the hospital, I visited him by his bedside. His eyes were twitching a little bit. It gave me the feeling that he could hear what I was saying. And I told him, Ashwin, get up, let's go and play some cricket. I just don't understand why someone would be driven to do that to someone as kind and gentle as Ashwin.
With the suspect claiming a defence of temporary insanity, detectives must find evidence of motive and a clear intent to kill.
Oh, this is interesting. It's amongst all this paperwork, significant statement made. We've got him on body cam.
Will it play on the desktop?
This guy earlier he was saying all about Islam and da 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 da.
The chap who went to the lift shaft, he said that the one thing the bloke shouted at him was Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda.
Huh?
Do you want something to eat, sir? Come up here. What do you want to eat? Come and have a look. We have all-day breakfast, tuna and pasta, pillow rice and chicken, beef lasagna. Ah, that sounds nice, doesn't it? You want that? Water, tea, coffee? Coffee. Yeah? Sugars? And milk? Yeah. Yeah? Have a seat there.
At some point, he obviously goes for a wander around the hotel. At some point, he makes the decision that he's going to pick up a fire extinguisher. And at some point, he decides he's going to pummel this bloke in the head with it. The bit I'm not sure of at the minute is whether this is racially aggravated or not, especially in light of the comment of Al Qaeda.
Witnesses at the scene claim they heard the suspect shout the words Al Qaeda and Islam. If detectives can prove the attack was racially motivated, it will help build their case of attempted murder.
There's something I need to make you aware of, and it's about the precursor event at the Ibis Hotel.
Go on.
He's there, seems to have targeted an Asian bloke.
The police are piecing together the suspect's movements earlier in the day and have discovered evidence of an altercation involving the suspect at another Luton hotel.
The Ibis Hotel, a witness there has made a statement giving a description of a male in shorts arguing with an Asian-looking man at that hotel. She comments that the male in the shorts was acting aggressively towards the Asian male. This man was so scared he had to be escorted to his room. And then a later incident where you've nearly beaten a male of similar ethnicity to death. You were heard shouting about Al-Qaeda and about Islam. That tells me that this may well be religiously or racially motivated. Are you a member of any far-right party of any kind?
Receipt, flight destination. London Luton.
And that's the 20th.
From Bristol, but he's arrived in Bristol Airport. Hey?
Bristol Airport to Bristol Coach Station.
We have a very transient population who move around throughout Europe with open doors. Where's he financing all this from?
Oh, exactly.
We know very little about our suspect. It does make investigating difficult. So yesterday afternoon he was due to get on a plane at Luton Airport, and he clearly never made that flight for whatever reason.
Where are you from originally?
From Latvia.
Tell me about yourself.
No, thank you.
The gap we have is what did our offender do whilst he was inside the Hilton Hotel?
This covers down here,
Right.
so from the reception camera to here, you've got no coverage there.
So we can't actually see that lift door at all on the camera.
The hotel CCTV has a blind spot at the ground floor lifts, the place where detectives believe the assault took place. Footage of surrounding areas in the hotel may now hold the key to unlocking the events of last night.
There's our victim, got him, yeah, coming in. Is that our offender?
Here he comes.
Here he is.
For me, I think he's looking at our guy here.
Ashwin is the unluckiest man in the world. You can't believe, can you? No. In 10 minutes' time, this bloke's life is going to change.
Oh, yeah, that. Watch what he's doing now. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something down here. What he's doing, I have not got a clue.
Down behind that plant.
Pretend he's hiding.
Oh, I don't know what he's doing.
What's that?
He's seen our guy in the reception.
He's now gone off.
Now we're on the other shop.
It's almost as if he's psyching himself up. That's the way I'd describe it.
And our guy at the minute is still run by...
Reception booking in now, yeah. He looks at the camera and grins at the camera.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That is absolutely awful.
He's now gone back towards the lift.
Yep.
Our victim has just checked in, walked from here towards the gymnasium.
So is that our victim?
That's our there, yeah.
Right, so there he is with his rucksack.
And then matey boy.
So he's going into the
comes round
toilet.
Also watch.
Paths cross. Have they conversed?
No. Well, I don't know. He might be pointing to
He's
Jim.
saying something to him, isn't he?
makes out he's going into the toilet. And our guy's gone into the gym, puts his bag on a bench, unzips it, gets a water bottle out. He's filling up the water bottle now. He's waiting for him.
If he'd have gone straight in the lift and the lift doors had shut before he got there with the fire extinguisher, and he'd have gone straight, but it's what ifs, isn't it? He's assaulted him by now.
Yeah. And we're only talking 50 seconds. He then gesticulates with the receptionist.
He's now, I think, is saying to the reception, I've assaulted a guy, Look, he's in the lift. I've beaten the man up. She's crucial, we've got to identify her.
Right, I mean, can she stay there for me to just have a quick word with her, just to see what she can tell us? Yeah.
There could be something in his verbals that could be quite important.
I'm just at Luton Police Station, so I'm 10 minutes down the road. Will do. Thanks. OK, bye.
The receptionist who spoke to the suspect after the assault was also approached by him 50 minutes before the attack took place.
He came to the reception.
Right.
And he told me if I can call the police.
Did he say what he wanted you to call the police for?
He said, somebody is watching me, I cannot stay in this hotel. Call the police, I want them to take me out of here. I need to get out.
Good evening, Bedfordshire Police. How can I help?
Good evening. I'm calling from Hampton by Hilton, Luton Hotel. I'm the receptionist. I've got guest here. He requested someone to come here. He thinks that someone is following him.
Can I speak to him?
Yes.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, what's happening now?
Again, they talk about killing.
Who do?
These people, they are listening.
Right, and...
Just come pick me up.
What's your name?
Come on, please.
And then it was like hiding behind the desk like that, looking at me, you know, looking at the people and staring around. He asked me if we have cameras around. I said, yeah, we have cameras, one here, there. He was like, shh, don't shout.
Very easy to look at the suspect and judge them for what they've done, but sometimes there's more to it than that. Is there something that we clearly don't understand?
Just put your body-worn video on, please. Thank you.
One of the beauties of body-worn video is that there's no discrepancy. What you see is what happened, and what was said was said. There may be things that will seem insignificant to you at the time, but later on reviewing that you can say, wow, that was massively significant.
Do you have a body-worn video on? Yes, switch on, please.
Being recorded on this camera, okay?
Yeah, I understand. If I don't kill him, they kill me. They are 50 people in hotel. They are a massive group, man. It was just a random situation. I needed to kill, to get police station. That's why I killed.
It's just a random situation. I needed to kill to get to the police station. That's why I killed.
Whether he has a mental health illness or this was just a random attack, he is a danger to society. And the job, as I see it, of the police is to present all the evidence we can to a court so they can deal with the danger that he poses to society.
With evidence appearing to support the suspect's defence of temporary insanity, detectives must ensure they have followed correct procedure or risk having their case against him being undermined in court.
He's been seen by a healthcare professional thus far, a psychiatric nurse.
Yeah.
Do we need, whilst he's with us and under our power, do we need to get a proper mental health assessment done?
He's been seen by the community mental health nurse. What he hasn't been seen by is a doctor.
So if he's seen a psychiatric person while he's in?
He has, yeah. He's seen the community mental health.
It's boxed.
For fitness to be interviewed, fitness to be detained, what we've got now is a statement from him putting forward a psychiatric condition. These are the most dangerous types of people that we're dealing with in society. If we make a mistake, then it's something as a detective that weighs heavily on your mind.
He's not saying he's mental, is he, at the minute? What he's saying is, I had an individual episode when I was trying to kill this bloke.
Yeah.
Has he named the condition he has?
No, he won't talk about it. Won't give us access to his medical records, won't talk about it in any way, shape or form.
The suspect will have a final opportunity to disclose any mental health issues. After this interview, the Crown Prosecution Service will have to decide whether to charge him with attempted murder.
This is a very, very serious incident we're investigating. Okay, make no bones about it. Machines are breathing for him. This gentleman is very close to death at this time. During the first interview, you offered a prepared statement, which we explored with you in some detail. When I say we explored in some detail, I meant we asked you a lot of questions and you answered a lot of no comment. And I would urge you now to talk to us in relation to this mental condition. And, you know, I can understand relatively we're strangers in this room and mental health can be quite a personal thing. Is this a case of you being uncomfortable to talk about your mental health? Is that the problem? I'm trying to be as fair as I can be, Rainus. We've got an appropriate adult present, we've got an interpreter present, we've got your solicitor present, we've had you examined by a psychiatric nurse, and yet I'm getting nothing back from you. In any court trial, it will be made very clear that you had more than sufficient opportunity to talk to us about your mental health problems. It will be made clear to the court that you did not cooperate beyond what you've said in this very, very brief statement. You'd only be human if you thought to yourself, is he bad or is he mad? I don't buy into the fact that he could have done all of that without some degree of thought about what he was doing and what he was going to do. I'll ask my colleague now to show you some highlights of the CCTV.
Okay.
Maybe you can a little bit down.
Is that better?
It's good.
Okay.
There, who is that person there?
That's the person.
You can't recognise yourself from there. Would you like to see the screen closer?
Right, this is Mr. Sai here. He's come back here, and here you come. Why did you follow him down there? This behaviour doesn't strike to me of someone who doesn't know what they're doing. I mean, you've put your weapon ready to assault him there.
You've seen that there's a great deal of planning that's gone into this attack. You've staged the location, you've placed a weapon, you've retrieved the weapon, you've carried out the attack. The one thing that puzzled me, how many times did you attack Mr. Desai? When you initially walk in, we know Mr. Desai's already been assaulted. The fire extinguisher appears to be clean, fairly shiny. Here you come back in. The fire extinguisher clearly is now covered in blood. Did you go back to the lift whilst he was laid unconscious on the floor and repeatedly or brutally assault him whilst he was defenceless in the bottom of the lift? Did that happen? What I'll be doing now is seeking guidance from the Crown Prosecution Service and asking them to consider charging you with the attempted murder of Mr. Desai. Time now is midnight on the 22nd of September 2015. I'm concluding the interview this time.
He isn't going into any detail. He's been asked the relevant questions and he's just sticking to the prepared statement and not denying his presence or whereabouts. That's fantastic.
Well done, team. He's going to be charged. All done through CPS.
It's all done, is it?
Attempt murder.
Hello, interpreter. He's going to be charged now. I'm going to put the officer on the phone.
Charge is that on the 20th of September at Luton in the county of Bedfordshire, you attempted to murder Ashwin Desai.
Okay, understand.
Any reply to that charge?
Okay. Right, there's no reply to that charge. Thank you very much.
The reason that I'm not giving you bail is that it's a serious offence.
It's understandable.
Right, you're going to have to go back in your cell now.
The victim, Ashwin Desai, remained in an induced coma for the next 3 months. He was then flown to an intensive care unit in Canada to be closer to his wife and 7-year-old daughter.
We were all very hopeful with every passing day that, Ashwin was getting better, and that his condition was stable, and at any point in time he would just wake up and just be the old Ashwin again. All I remember was on New Year's Eve, very early in the morning on the 31st, one of my friends contacted me and passed on the sad news. Ashwin didn't pull through. The smile on his face when I saw him in Waterloo Station is probably that memory will live with me forever. While we were sitting on that bench by the Thames, I took a picture of us together. He meant a lot to everyone who knew him. It's hard to come across many people like him.
Rainus Pupollins was subsequently charged with murder. On remand, he underwent several psychiatric assessments to decide if he was fit to stand trial.
We still know very little about our suspect. If he is suffering from mental health illness, the reality is he will have to go into a very, very secure hospital that is as secure as a prison, where he will stay until he's treated and he can come back out into society without being a danger. And in real terms, that's probably likely to be as long, if not longer, than he would serve as a prison sentence in any event. There's a 7-year-old girl in Canada who will never hear her father's voice again. You're never going to change what's happened to them as a family, but if you can bring some justice which helps them find some peace, then I've done my job.